In this video, I'm going to show you how to create your own origami tree. This is very simple to do using a few basic folds. All you need is one sheet of paper cut into a square and a pair of scissors. That's it. So let's get started. I'm using a sheet of computer paper here, but you could use origami paper in any color you wish or construction paper. But computer paper works just fine. I cut this down to 8.5 by 8.5 inches. And now I'm going to begin by folding my paper corner to corner. I'll give you some folding tips as we go, because I feel like people sometimes have a hard time getting their folds perfect, and you really do need perfect folds for good origami. So when you place your paper corner to corner, take a finger while holding the corners down. Take your other hand, take at least one finger, and pull just straight down to the middle of where you want your fold to be. Keeping your other hand pressed down on the corners, try to reach a finger across and pull with those two hands so that you can get your fold made while keeping your finger placed at the corner there. Now I'm going to show you the same trick again when I do my next folds, but first, just opening up my paper. Okay, so you can see that both of the corner folds were done with the paper in this direction. Now, and this is important, this will help you later, just turn your paper over. Okay, now my paper is turned upside down, and now I'm going to fold straight edge to straight edge. So to do this, here's another version of that same trick. I line my paper up edge to edge. Gonna hold the edge down with one hand, pull the other hand towards where I want that fold to be. Okay, right there in the middle. And then at the same time, I'm gonna go across. That way I'm still always holding that area firmly here where it's lined up, and then I move across the fold. Open it up and repeat on the other straight edge side. So edge to edge, hold my edges down, pull with the other hand to the fold and across. This really will help your folding. Okay, so now I open that back up. Okay, for the next step, what we're gonna need to do is turn our paper over, and you can see how it's kind of wanting to poke up, like the middle wants to come up like a pyramid. We're going to let that top center come up, and we're gonna take two corners and we're gonna press those corners towards the middle. So the corner here, we're pressing it towards the center. Okay, let it touch at the center. So they're touching. And then we want to bring the top down. So what we're trying to make happen is this shape right here. We want it to look like a square or a diamond. And we need those corners pieces to come in. Okay, so again, we were right here. Took the two corners, right and left side. We're letting them fold back towards each other, bringing those folds together, and then we squash it down like this. Okay, now from here we can just make sure that is nicely folded by turning our sides like this. Okay, and just make sure it's nice and folded. All right, next step, we're going to let one of these little flaps stick up. We're going to slide a hand in and flatten that down. I'm gonna slow that down and show you it again in just a minute. I'm making nice strong creases here. So I'm going to turn, we're gonna do this again now to the next flap. So we have this sticking up here. I'm gonna put one of my hands inside. Okay, so you can see this from the side here, it's going inside. I'm using my fingers to get closer to the tip. And then keeping these parts down, I'm going to press down so that the fold is right on top of that crease underneath it. And then press my folds firmly. Okay, and turn. I'll have another one here to do. There should be 4 in total. This is the third one. Press down. Crease. And now I have one more all the way on this side. So again, open that up a bit, get my hand inside, press it down. Okay, and there we go, there we have it. All right, now we have these little guys hanging off there. We're gonna cut those off. Okay, so this is the first thing we're gonna use our scissors for. Right along that line here, make a cut. Okay, discard those pieces. This here is what is going to become your tree. Nothing has to be added to this. Okay, we've already done a good portion of this already. All right, so now we're going to just hold this. Let's get it folded right in half for us. I'm gonna find the halfway point, about like that. Okay, that looks good. Okay, and now I'm gonna make some snips right in here and on the other side, and this is for my branches. Now the important part is, as I cut, I cannot cut all the way to the line. I just have to cut most of the way to the line, not all the way, so I can't go all the way to that fold there, or else I'm gonna cut this in half. We don't want that. Okay, how far apart do you put your cuts? Well, that's kind of personal. I'd say you wanna have approximately, I don't know, 5 or 6 cuts, so depending on how big your paper is, you decide how to space them out. Okay, I'm gonna do one more here. So in this case, I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm turning my tree and I'm just gonna match it up so that the next cuts are going to be right alongside them. And again, I cannot go all the way to that middle fold line, so I need to be very careful about that. One way to ensure you're being careful is when you're cutting, get your scissors way in there so that you're really controlling the cut. When you're like working out here, sometimes you have to press harder, and sometimes it kind of gets out of your control and it'll cut deeper than you expected. Okay, finished with that. Now I'm actually not gonna need my scissors anymore now, so those can be set aside. Now I'm just going to do some simple folding, and this is the last thing I need to do. I'm gonna start on the bottom because it's easier here. Take the top corner of the branch and you're gonna fold it downward. What you're trying to do right here is create just a point on the edge of the branch. So you can see like that. Okay, just trying to get to a point there. It's easier to do it on the bottom. You'll see when I get to the top how it doesn't want to fold as easily because there's less paper to work with. So I'm going to go all the way from bottom to top, and then I'm going to do the other side. And I'm going to repeat this on all of the branches. Okay, you can see right here there's not as much to fold with, so what really matters again is that I'm trying to just make it have a nice point at the outer edge. Like that. And then I can't do anything with this top one. This top one just stays like this. Okay, now I'm gonna do the other side. So it really doesn't matter that much which direction you're folding this in. As you see, next we're going to be separating these, and you're gonna do this to all of the branches. And so sometimes you might wonder, should I do it forwards or backwards? Because it all depends on which way you fold your tree as you continue. You just want some of them in different directions so that it just helps it to stay open. So you can see right here, like, because they're both folded towards each other, it almost helps the tree stay open there. Whereas if they're all folded, all rotating around in the same pattern, it might not want to stay open as much. So it really doesn't matter that much though. Okay, so this side here is finished. Now we're going to work on the next one. So you can either open it like this and just move to the next and continue. You could just then start down this side, or what I'm gonna do is I'm going to open it one more time so that I have two fresh sides to work with at once again. So I'm going to go like this. And now I'm ready to work down both of these sides. So I'm gonna just speed this up and just let you watch me finish repeating this step. I'm getting ready to start folding my last set of branches now. So if you're wondering if you have more to do, if you see a straight line like I see here, then yes, I still have one more row to do. So I'm just going to fold these out like so, and now I have this showing again. And again, I'm just gonna fold these down. Try to crease them as you go the best you can. If you struggle with creasing your folds, then you can always grab a simple tool like a popsicle stick, and that could work really well. You could also use just the blunt end of a pencil and kind of press down that way, or your scissors. You could use the edge of your scissor here, not the sharp edge, but the plastic edge, and just use that to help you fold it down. Okay, so I finished doing my folding now. I'm ready to open my tree. So what I want to do is just kind of separate each of these pages of branches to get it to open as much as I can. And I think it helps to look at it from either the top or the bottom, like this, so that you can see it opening. I think this one's about done. One more area here could be fluffed up a bit more. And there you have it. It stands up on its own. I think it would be really beautiful to make a whole bunch of these in different sizes, put these on display in a home. With a paper this size, it is very hard to fold, but you could make earrings out of these, ornaments, just little decorations for your home. Perfect for winter, Christmas time, or really any winter holiday that you celebrate. So I hope this video helped you, and good luck making a nice forest of trees.